I think that was chewing gum she rubbed into his hair there. But the show is set in the 1980s. You know, very, very sexist remarks from that guy there, Jane. Nothing that we weren't used to probably back in the day. What about now? You know, all the years we've been on Loose Women, we've talked about sexism for many, many years. Do you think things are better? Do you think there is still sexism, albeit casual sometimes?
Oh, no, there is totally sexism, but the thing that concerns me now is that, it sounds like really weird to say, in the good old days, sexism was very much out there. People were quite open about being sexist. So if you were quite a sort of a punchy woman, which I am, I could come back and kind of have a remark
verbally
back and
punchy,
kind of,
we have to say.
Verbally punchy, yeah, and sort of kill it, you know, with coming back with a retort. I feel a lot now is that everybody talks a good game about, oh, you know, we're very pro-women, but actually there's sexism still there, but it's been driven underground. Everybody's, you know, doing hashtag be kind. So it's still there, but you can't quite grasp on it quite so much.
Do you always call it out if it is there?
Oh, my word,
obviously
absolutely I call it out, yeah. I mean, you know, I've never had sexism in my career ever because I think I'm a bit scary.
No.
So...
No.
So I think people would think twice. But I remember we had we were having a gate made because the thing was a weird size. We were having a gate made at our house and I sent the measurements off and when it arrived it was too small and they said to Gary, oh, your wife's got the measurements wrong. I think she's got a bit confused. And Gary went, have you met my wife? Anyway, obviously I pulled up the email and went, I think you'll find I got it right. And then I waited. They had to redo it. I waited to pay the bill and eventually they emailed me and said, you need to pay the bill. And I went, oh, I'm so sorry, you know me, I get a bit confused. So I thought I'll get my own back that way.
Yeah.
But yeah, I worry it's been driven underground. Yeah. So I don't want an old guy that goes, all right, love, to feel that he can't say that.
Yeah, I think that's the issue, you know, when you get in, you know, the black cabs and all that in London.
Yeah.
They go, all right, darling, all right, babe. It's part of it for me, and I'm definitely not offended by any of that.
I think it depends how old they are for me. Like the older, you know, the kind of my generation or older, I think sometimes it's just a term of endearment. You know, they go, all right, love, have a nice day. But I think when younger men particularly, or women, call me sweetheart, babe,
no, if
love.
younger men call me babe,
that
sweetheart.
All right, love.
Yes.
If they're younger, I'm like, oh, go on, you've made my day. But I don't like younger people in an environment, whether it's a shopkeeper or someone, you know, whatever, cafe. And it happened to me recently where this young girl, she served me something and then she went, there you go, sweetheart. And I thought, whoa, don't call me sweetheart because you're 18. And I find that a bit...
What do you think, Olivia? Would you call any of us sweetheart, babe, darling?
No, I wouldn't. Have I?
No. I've just told you. You might say babe.
Yeah, I'd say babe. I say like the girls. Like, yeah, but I'm the same as you. I do give a bit of a free pass to men. I mean, not to everything, but older men when it's like a love or a darling, over a certain age. Just because I think... I don't believe there's harmful intent with that language, and I believe, like you say, if you're an EastEnder or that's the language that they grew up with, very normal, I just don't take offence, whereas I weirdly don't like it if a man who's a similar age to me calls me doll or babe or whatever from a clothing store or whatever. I'm a bit like, oh.
And would you say, sorry, I'm not your babe or your doll?
No, probably not, no. My face would just be like...
But then your new show, Bad Boyfriend,
you
have been kind of dealing with this with young men. Well, explain the show if people haven't seen it.
Well, I mean, at its heart, it's a social experiment to see if, you know, 8 quote-unquote bad boyfriends, when removed from their normal environments with access to, you know, the internet and their mates and all this kind of like casual sexism and bad behaviour, if when a mirror's held up, do they recognise the reason that they've been labelled bad boyfriends? Do they realise the reason that their girlfriends feel hurt or neglected or, you know...
And these are current girlfriends, not exes.
They're current girlfriends.
Not like bad exes
no, they're
kind of
still...
revenge.
No, they're still very much involved and they nominated them to be part of this show. It's under the pretence of a fake show where the guys are kind of sent out to Zante to be on like like a show to compete who's the most laddish. So it really does take a steep turn, because Pete Wicks hosted the first bit of the episode and then I take over, and, well, that really peed on their fireworks,
But
to say the least.
did you see a change in any of them?
It was
Did they
really
accept some of their
interesting.
behaviour was sexist?
100%. I think it was a very sobering experience for a lot of them. There's a lot of fun in it. There's a lot of, you know, joking around, but at its core, that you saw that realisation of, one, what they look like, watching their own behaviour back. And then, as you talk about this sexism getting kind of pushed underground, I think it's interesting where society, like a pendulum, where we have women more than ever standing up, making space in this world, standing up for what we want, not taking rubbish from people. Then you see the other side of the internet going to the other extreme, and there's a lot of toxic masculinity out there. There's a lot
Which
of
is
really...
what Andrew Tate's feeding on.
a lot of, like, he's feeding on men feeling like they don't know what to do with basically women asking to be treated, to be treated as equals. And I think that we had a lot of interesting debates throughout the series about very casual kind of rhetorics that they don't realise how problematic it is. And we had some fun as well. But, I mean, do you know what? And the thing at the heart of it, they're actually nice guys. All of them. I wouldn't have known to do it if they didn't have redeeming qualities. It's more just... it's the stuff on top.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Bad Boyfriends. Is that ITVX
X now. You can stream the whole series.
You can stream the whole series now.